Alright, here's the last bit of my books. This is on my nightstand here. What Art Is, Aesthetic Theory of Ayn Rand, and this is another one of the brand new ones I got in a shipment recently. Let's see. Being America. This is by a guy, I think he's like in his late 20s, and he traveled to a bunch of different countries to interview people about what they thought about America. I have not read this yet, but it looks like it'll be pretty good. Why Truth Matters. I got this again for the book that I'm writing, and it starts out just fantastic. I thought that it would be one of the best books that I've read on the subject. But you'll never guess what the reason they give is for why truth matters. Well, they say that truth matters because human beings are the only species able to figure it out. Now, I mean, how disappointing can you get? I mean, that is the most pathetic answer that I could imagine anybody giving. I mean, you might as well say, well, let's see, the number of blades of grass in Central Park really matters because, well, human beings are the only people who can figure it out. Just utterly pathetic. I mean, it starts out really well, but then it delves into the usual academic nitpicking that is characteristic of most philosophy. So yeah, I was really disappointed with this book, especially since it started out so well. Oops. Alright, Non-Zero. Let's see. This actually doesn't belong to me. Let's see. This is basically about human progress. It's saying that the human way is the way of progress. So it's probably a pretty good book, but I don't really intend to read this actually. And here are actually a couple of books that I borrowed. Let's see. Uncovering Soviet Disasters. It's basically a chronicle of the incompetence and the lack of incentive for avoiding great big catastrophes. Basically, these are things that were kept hush-hush during the Soviet years. And let's see, USSR, the Corrupt Society. Same basic thing. Basically about the culture of corruption of the Soviet Union. And let's see, Ayn Rand for the New Intellectual, Virtue of Selfishness, God of the Machine. I've been trying really hard to get into this, but it's kind of hard to get into, really. I might not finish this. In fact, I probably won't, but I've heard nothing but good things about it, though, so I might just have to keep plugging along at it. And let's see, Human Accomplishment by Charles Murray. One of these days I'm going to do a whole series just on this book. This is another one of the best books that I've ever read. It's very hard to describe briefly what it's about. Basically, he takes all of the history of human civilization, and he has developed a method for gauging the importance of major figures in the sciences and the arts, and it's just phenomenal. I mean, he has data and statistics, and he's found really interesting ways of quantifying things that you wouldn't necessarily think were quantifiable. And he also is a great storyteller. I mean, he's very good at weaving narratives. So anyway, you'll just have to wait for the series to get a really good view, or you can just, of course, just read the book. It's truly awesome. Let's see, M.C. Escher. Let's see, what to say about him. I think everybody knows at least something about M.C. Escher. You've probably seen the print Relativity. Gosh, some of my favorite things that Escher has done, though, are not as well known as that. Let me see if I can find any really quickly. Let's see, Waterfalls is really awesome. This is pretty popular. I love the way that he portrays the right angles, and the whole thing is just utterly preposterous. I find a way to make this focus better. But anyway, as you can see, it's like the series of right angles, and normally this zigzag here of the water would just be, flowing back into the distance, but actually it's moving upwards. And I just love how ridiculous it is, but it makes perfect, sense internally, basically on its own terms in a way. But yeah, it's great to try and figure out, you know, how this craziness fits together, and he actually makes this work. Let's see. I don't want to spend too much time trying to find the stuff that I like in here. House of Stairs. This is truly awesome. I haven't had a whole lot of luck in making this camera focus well, so this might just have to be what you see here. But basically, there are 3 different planes of gravity on this thing. So if you wanna check that out online, you'll get a much clearer picture. It's called House of Stairs by Escher. So it's probably enough of there's probably enough of Escher. And let's see, Challenging Postmodernism by David Detmer. I think he's an objectivist. I might be wrong about that though. Another one that I haven't read, another brand new one. Pan-American Dream. I talked about this in one of my first videos. It's about how the cultures of Latin America versus North America differ, and how those cultural differences account for the disparity in wealth between the two regions. Let's see, On Speaking Well by Peggy Noonan. I have not read that. Probably after I read that I'll be making better videos. Under Development is a State of Mind, the Latin American Case. I haven't read this one, but it's on the same topic as the one I just mentioned. Let's see, In Praise of Prejudice. This is one by Theodore Dalrymple again. This is his latest one. He's basically defending the idea that just because we have certain ideas passed down to us, that doesn't mean that they should be automatically rejected until we know how to defend them ourselves. It's kind of it's a pretty good book, I suppose, but I don't know. I actually didn't finish this one. This is my least favorite Dalrymple book. Alright, Closed Circle, An Interpretation of the Arabs. That's another one, another brand new one. And it's on the same topic as the first book that I covered. Let's see, Aristotle's Children. This is about how Aristotle's writings were lost during the Dark Ages and rediscovered during the Renaissance, and it traces a lot of the history behind Aristotle's ideas and their influence on culture. So that looks to be about it. Well, there's this one right here, Crossroads. My brother tried getting me to read it. It's a fiction book about the year 2050 or something, and Bill Clinton is 109 years old or something, and whatever. I don't really intend to finish reading this one either. So that'll be the end of my series on my books. I have other books. Throwing them all over here on the bed, the ones that I just did. But yeah, I have a few other books, but I don't feel like going out to hunt for them, and I've loaned quite a few of them away. Hopefully I'll see them again. But that'll be about it for the series on my books.